Hello students and welcome to chapter number 8 Economy and Occupation, the continuing part, that is the fourth part. In this fourth part we will be learning about the industries in India and Brazil. So let's start first with Indian industries. Given on your page number 57 of your textbook, figure 8.4, this shows the logos of various industries in India. The industries are classified as agro-based industries, animal product-based industries, and minerals and metal-based industries. So here we can find the Maharashtra Agro Industry Development Corporation and the Khadi and Village Industry Commission. These are classified as the agro-based industry because these are the industry which depends upon the agriculture produce as their raw material. Then the animal product based industries are RA, and here you can find Kendriya Resham Board, that is Central Silk Board CSB. These are the animal product based industries. Then we can find the ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, ONGC. Then Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited. Then the Chittaranjan Locomotive Work and the Rashtriya Chemical and Fertilizers Limited, that is RCF. These are classified as the minerals and metal based industries. The next question given is, which raw material is used for these industries? Classify them accordingly. We have already classified the industries here. Now let us see what type of materials are required for these industries. So first, the agro-based industry. In Maharashtra Agro-Based Industries Development Corporation, the raw material which is required is seeds. This is a raw material which is required for the production of pesticides and fertilizers. Whereas in Khadi and Village Industry Commission, the raw material required are cotton, silk and wool. In animal product based industries, in RA, the raw material required here is milk. Whereas in Central Silk Board CSB, the raw material required is silk. In minerals and metal based industry, in ONGC, the raw material required are crude oil and natural gas. Whereas in Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, raw material required is steel. And in Chittaranjan Locomotive Work, iron and steel and various other metals are required as raw materials. Whereas in Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited, the raw material required are coal, limestones and many other raw materials. The next question asks is, from which part of India do they get these raw materials? That is the industries what we have learned now. From which the industries they require the raw materials. So from which part of India do they get these raw materials? So let us see first, where are the iron ore, coal and limestone found in India? So we'll find them in the Chota Nagpur Plateau of Jharkhand, in Odisha, Chhattisgarh, in Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and also in Karnataka, Goa and Maharashtra. Now let us see where are the natural gas deposits found. So the natural gas is found in the Krishna Godavari basin, and also we can find here in the Mumbai High in Arabian Sea. The next one is the mineral oil. So we'll find the mineral oil. They are found in the Arabian Sea, Digboi in Assam and also in Ankleshwar in Gujarat. So in the same map along with mineral oil, let us see where is milk found more in India. So you'll find milk in Bihar, in Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Maharashtra, Punjab and Gujarat. Now let us see the next raw material, and that is cotton. Cotton is found more in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in Telangana, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Whereas silk is found in Karnataka, in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Jammu and Kashmir. Now through the map of India, we have learned about the distribution of raw materials like the iron ore, natural gas, cotton, silk in the various states of India. But While studying that, we have also noticed that there is an unequal distribution of raw materials in India. And this is the reason why we can find there is a highly unevenness in the industries in India. So first thing is the distribution of raw material is uneven. This is the reason why even the industries are not developed at some states, but at some place they are highly developed. Second reason for it is being the concentration of enterprises and financial resources and all other necessary conditions which are required for running the industries, they are not available in many parts of India. Like these are available only in the large towns and cities, whereas those places which are in a remote part, here you do not find all the necessary conditions which are necessary for running a industry. So this is one of the reason why the industries are not properly developed in this region, and this causes the unequal distribution of industries in India. The northeastern part of Indian peninsula, they have a high concentration of high metallurgical industry. And let us know what are the reasons for it. First thing is that the northeastern part of Indian peninsula, which comprises of Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, these are rich in metallic minerals. And moreover, the availability of refractory materials along with the cheap power generated from the Damodar Valley Corporation, that is in West Bengal, and the number of thermal power, this is suitable for the metallurgical industries. As a result, we find the northeastern part of Indian peninsula has a high concentration of heavy metallurgical industry. Also, we find Rajasthan has a copper, lead and zinc, whereas Karnataka has steel, manganese and aluminium, and the Tamil Nadu has the aluminium metal industries. So along with the metal industry, we can find that the agro-based industries including the cotton, jute and sugar are heavily concentrated in the raw material producing areas, whereas the forest-based industries are concentrated in a forest region areas of various states. The forest-based industries including paper, plywood, matches, resins and lac are in the forest areas of various states of India. So in the picture you can see the resin. Resin is a gum from the trees. Whereas the next picture you can see it is lac. Lac, it is a secretion of a species of lac insect. Also along with the forest-based industry we can find the coir, copra, that is coconut and fish canning industries in the coastal belt of Kerala. The refinery industries like the Koyali in Gujarat, Digboi in Assam, Nunmati in Guwahati and Bongaigaon, that is in Assam. These refineries are situated close to the petroleum producing areas, whereas Mathura in Uttar Pradesh and Barauni in Bihar, these are located in the interior and also away from the coast and oil producing areas. Whereas the cement industries, these are concentrated where the raw material is available in plenty. Whereas the salt manufacturing industries, these are located in Gujarat, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. If we talk about the mechanical engineering, electrical, automobile, fertilizers and numerous all other consumer industry, we'll find that they are mainly concentrated near the big cities. Now let us learn about the industries in Brazil. The mining, agriculture and manufacturing industries are well developed in Brazil. Here you can find in a form of a table. So the major industries you can find here are iron and steel production, automobile assembly, petroleum processing, chemical production and cement making. These are the major industries in Brazil. Now, though the technological based industries have been most dynamic in the recent years, but it has not surpassed the traditional industries. Still, they have the traditional industries in their nation. Even the industries like the sugar industries, cotton textile, silk, woolen industries and food processing industries has developed well in Brazil. The large industries are mainly concentrated in the southern and in the southeastern parts of Brazil. Though we can find the northeastern part of Brazil is poorest, but it is beginning to attract the new investment. So we can say that they are on the path of development. So this is all about the industries in Brazil. So this is the end of the fourth part of the chapter, industries in India and Brazil. In the fifth part, that is the last part of the chapter, we will be learning about the trade in India and Brazil. Thank you, students.